Hi, welcome back to session 21 of Into the Unknown with GM Jeremy. Take it away.
Good morning, adventurers and fellow companions. We are part 1 of the zombie chapter. We are currently our adventurers are in the catacombs of the chapel to, what's his name? Here, there we go. And we've already gathered a vial of nasty blood. Don't you there? After, yeah. And you've followed the patient Necra into the
not terribly
crypt, and she has led you into a room, a well-crafted stone room, 30 feet in circumference. I guess, yeah. In circumference that time has not touched much. The stones are well crafted, set, straight and strong. Beams and the rafters are still keeping the weight of the world away from you. You don't fear being here at all. This is very secure. That being said, the furniture, the appliances, the tools are in broken disarray. And at the far north end of the room, the wall has caved in from the opposing side, caved into the room, showing a natural cavern that winds to the left, to the west. It is narrow and littered with bits and pieces of bones and armor. You hear down this corridor the dripping and dropping of water from the roof of the cavern. It plays a melodic tune, almost, the multiple sounds of the water dripping on the floor. You know that the environment in front of you is going to be wet, but it feels almost comforting to hear this tune from the water. What would you like to do? There's one way in and one way, there's two to the south and go back out, or to the north and go further in.
Okay, well, would you like me to try and scout, or send in the floating lights?
I can send one of the lights with you, and this hatch.
Oh, that is not there. My apologies.
That is not there. Okay.
I stated that last time, but I forgot to mention that this time.
All right, so I'm going to hide. I can't hide it. Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
Because I'm like, I want to open the hatch.
What's in the box?
Do you want to scout with or without the lights?
Preferably without the lights, because she will be unseen.
All right, I'll bring the lights back here, and you can go scout.
Anthor, would you like to take 10 and prep detect magic?
Sure, sounds good to me.
While she's scouting a bit.
I'm gonna ask real quick before we get in to anything. Do you want to short rest before you go forward?
Does anyone need a short rest? I don't get anything back from short rest, so
I'd get a wild shape back, so I wouldn't mind it.
And then Kellum, you could use one of your hit dice and heal yourself.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm missing 1 hit point, but I don't think it's worth using the hit dice.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Oh, yeah,
No.
we can.
Yeah.
Or the ones that need to can short rest.
Mm,
I mean, it's not going to affect anything game-wise for you guys on my side. How about that? I'm not going to do anything to you if you do it either way. So, a little meta about it.
That's fine. Yeah, we can take a short rest. If all in favor.
Yeah.
I don't mind.
Not that.
Then you don't have to use any of your hit dice or anything like that. So, but, and we'll just, say it's a short little rest. Maybe you clean your feet, or no, that was last turn. Drink a little bit, wash down the grit of skeleton dust from your throat, and go on down. Necker could have taken a short rest while she was waiting there for us. The rest of the team. All right, Necra. You move forward through this tunnel. Good golly, your passive perception is 18. Alrighty. Okay. As you start to enter the tunnel, you can tell that it is a natural formation and some excavation. It looks like something burrowed in into the circular room from this direction. You step in and immediately notice that you are walking through bits and pieces of bone and armor. This makes a natural choke point. Anyone in armor couldn't move through quickly.
Okay.
It would be considered rough terrain for someone in anything medium or higher armor.
All right. Good ambush point if we need it. Yes. Unfortunately, I think it goes both ways.
Who, me? Never. What you like to do?
Well, let's see. Moved. So. Actually. Here. Try and see a little further down the line.
Oh, that's right. I gotta reveal some area there to you.
During this short rest, I actually will take the time to cast my spell again. The invoke the Amaranth. How do you say that word?
And remind me what that is again?
It is the Wizard's Potence again. Divination Wizard. So roll 2d20.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll those.
I'm gonna roll them individually this time.
Okay. 3.
Hey, there's a 3. And
Come on, 20. And a 2.
Alright, well, looks like there's some misses coming in the future.
Alright.
Alright, so
You move forward. 1 moment. Let me get to my notes. Sorry.
Alright.
So the air is heavy with the stench of decay and forgotten memories. The cave room is a vast, damp chamber, lit only by faint glow of luminescent mushrooms growing on the walls and ceiling. The sound of dripping water echoes through the space, a steady beat that punctuates the silence. The floor is littered with the remains of long-forgotten battle. Rotted carcasses, skeletal remains, and decaying equipment lie scattered about, a grim testament to the conflict that once raged here. Swords, armor, shields, once proudly borne by warriors, now lie rusted and broken, covered in thick layers of dust and cobwebs. Stalactites and stalagmites rise like sentinels from the floor and ceiling, their dripping tips. Their dripping tips create a rhythm that seems to mock the fallen. The walls, slick with moisture, seem to weep from the fallen, their tears dripping to the floor with melodic, wondrous tunes. In the center of the room are massive stone formations. So, that black area, let me, yeah, give me a second.
yeah. Visual range for elves in darkness is fun.
So here and here that you can see just from where you're standing, are massive stone formations that rise, twisted columns of rock that seem to have been shaped by some ancient, long-forgotten hand. It stands as a grim monument, a reminder of the transcendence of life and the permanence of death. Okay. So those areas here, and further into the catacombs, this cave, are formations. The stalactites and stalagmites have come together and formed large columns. And from where you're at, and with your vision, it kind of looks like somebody has, molded these into shapes, but you can't really see the details. With the water that comes onto these formations, it glistens and almost has like a movement, like they're slightly moving because of the water. What would you like to do? Give me a second. I need to do something off screen. Necro. Ooh, okay. Still do it. No, it doesn't do it. We're still having problems with that. Alright. Into the owner. Dice. I'm going to roll it there. 14. Okay. Alright. What'd you like to do next?
Well, since I'm scouting, and this looks like potentially a good spot to get ambushed, go back and basically let them know what's right around the corner.
Okay. Alright. Any conversation to the fact, guys?
Well, we should continue. We should proceed cautiously, obviously.
Yeah, not much else to really say about it. It's just
Let's
be prepared for anything.
Be prepared and let Necrons. If we're going to do a formation, let Necron scout a little bit ahead. She'll see anything before we will, and they won't see themselves.
Do y'all wish to move your tokens anywhere? Blah.
I would probably say let's have Necron and that Banthor with the detect magic, so he can. Anything magical comes within near us, he'll be aware.
Would you rather me be detecting magic or aiding us in stealth?
We don't really know what's down here. I'd rather the detect magic. If we have Necra like 5-10 feet ahead of us, then she'll be able to warn us before we run into something.
Well, let's get this up then.
Okay. So Ashra, do you see the battle map? Your token, is near the entrance of the room itself. You're in the very far back. Kellum has positioned himself near the entrance of the tunnel, and Banthor is about 10 feet from you, in the back as well.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Necra. From that position, you can keep moving forward.
All right.
I thought we were going to move in with him.
You can, like I said, whatever you'd like to do, moving your tokens.
We're moving with her at this point. Sure,
Okay.
short list is over.
Yeah.
Again, she Necro like 10 feet ahead of us. So,
Okay.
and I can see 120 feet ahead of me.
Okay. So I'll put you right where you can kind of just see right into the in the tunnel where you can see in there. There we go.
Okay.
And Necra, I'm gonna give you visuals here in a second.
All right. Alright. And so quietly, not whisper, because contrary to what a lot of people think, that carries real far. And given our environment, all kinds of small noises echo. But kind of point out the columns and is somebody seems to have decided to use them as pillars to hold up the room. And point out the stairwell that's up here. And these grotto kind of things here. It's like alcoves in the wall.
These are little alcoves in the wall. So as you stand next to that one formation, Kellum and Necra, you see that these are formed to look like snakes.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have control over my token, it looks like. Just Osirus?
It seems that Banthor is moving throughout the cave, looking up at the stalactites and stalagmites.
Oh,
How's he? He just said he didn't have control over his token.
no, he doesn't.
Okay, hold on. Is Banthor kind of just wandering around in a daze at the moment?
It looks like that.
What? Banthor? What are you doing?
Somebody failed a check save and we missed it.
Yeah.
Roll initiative. As with an audible wet pop, a black slimy liquid envelops Banthor, and he turns his face and looks at you with a pleasant smile, and then shock as he starts screaming. Banthor, take 10 points of acid damage.
Black pudding.
I'm moving you just for a second, Necra. I'm sorry.
Mm,
I'll move you back.
Got a natural 20 on my initiative roll.
I got sick.
Banthor, you are now you are now in control of your faculties. I will give you back control of your token. I'm just going to leave that token there, but it is enveloping you currently. Not that you are grappled or restrained or anything like that. It just thematically, it's wrapped itself around you like a venom mask or suit, and is slowly digesting you. Well, maybe not slowly. Give me a second here. I forgot to bring up the tracker. Here it is. There we go. Oh. Necro, what'd you get?
22.
Banthor?
20.
Kellum, you got a 20,
22.
and then 22.
Yeah, natural 20 with plus 2.
Good. And Ashra?
7.
7. Bringing up the rear.
Right, so crit trumps stat.
Wow. Kellum, you wonder why Banthor is moving forward. 2, 3, okay, and see him get enveloped and by this black ooze. He turns and screams as you see the pain in his eyes. What would you like to do?
Is there enough of this creature that's enveloping him that's exposed I could hit it with an Eldritch Blast without hitting Banthor?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Then I will move into position to be able to do that. Sorry, my lights are off right now because of the short rest. I'm just keeping them with me.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Thank you.
And then I will do the Eldritch Blast as an 11 hit.
Yes.
All right. Ooh, 10 damage.
Ooh, nice.
And the second bolt for 13 to hit. If 11
Yes.
hit, I guess that hits.
Mm-hmm.
For 1 damage.
So you got both of them. You got the max and the min. Awesome.
Yep.
It averaged out.
Yeah. That's fortunate for you.
Yeah. With the 2 Eldritch Blast, green energy flies off of Kellum and smacks into the ooze that is enveloping Banthor. Bits and pieces fly against the column and dissolve quickly with the explosions of force damage. You've moved. You used your action. Anything for a bonus?
Well, I got a quick question.
Yes.
What is this made of?
It is slimy black.
Would it be considered flora of any kind? Or a construct?
It is. I will say that it is a flora in a way.
Flora?
It is called a large ooze,
Okay.
but I don't see why an ooze wouldn't be, some sort of, plant-like. I don't know. What is it?
It's its own category.
It is technically its own category. Yeah.
Ah.
Okay. Yeah. It is not a.
It's not
It's not technically a flora, so it is. It's called a large ooze. So yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, that kind of ruins that idea.
I know, right? It's like, yeah.
Well, am I close enough to get close to it? Can I walk up to it still?
Yes.
All right. I guess, do I need to be here or here? Since it's enveloping
either.
Panther. Either? Okay. I'll go there.
Yeah.
And I believe I can still do my shard dagger as my bonus. Since it's my offhand weapon.
Right. I'm just trying to remember the mechanics for that. Do you have?
Well, technically, you cast a spell, so you can't offhand attack.
Is it because you need to do a primary attack before you can do the bonus action attack?
Mm-hmm. If you're doing two-weapon fighting, you have to attack with your action first.
Okay.
Which doesn't bother me, I think especially because you have the feat, and you have 2 of those feats, don't you? Or a feat and a fighting style, right? I think.
Yeah, the fighting style lets me add the bonus to the second attack.
Yeah.
Or not the fighting style, the feat. The feat adds the bonus.
Yeah. I think, because you have both of those, the feat and the fighting style, I don't have a problem with that. Maybe somebody else, because it's more like a martial skill and you are a fighter. Mm-hmm. I'll allow you to do that. Okay. But, somebody else, it would mainly, I can't remember Necro. What do you have there? Basically the same setup?
Basically, yes. And
So I can see, because of y'all having, martial feats and skills, I can see you doing things like that. Astra and Banthor, since y'all don't have those, we'll have to utilize different means. But this is definitely in your wheelhouse. So yeah, go for it. And what's the damage type on that?
On the Vine Grip Dagger?
Yeah, should be piercing, I believe.
Yeah, just piercing.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a natural 1.
Okay. Your hand. Roll athletics.
All right. 18.
Okay. You're barely able to keep a hold of the dagger as it flips, as you lose your footing, and the dagger in your hand goes fully into the ooze here, and you almost lose your dagger. It doesn't burn you, but yeah, you almost lost your dagger there for a moment.
Okay. That's wonderful. That'll be my turn then.
All right.
right.
Necra.
Okay, am I in a position to step up to there?
All right.
And I'm presuming, at least basically, we've at least heard of these things and have a general clue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well. So. Oh well. Who do I hit?
Let's see. Your
Do you want me to roll at least 6 and by
no,
2?
it would be more towards Banthor, because of where you're. Well, let's do it odd and even because they are pretty much almost in the same space. So, roll a d6, and Banthor is odd.
Right.
Or it doesn't matter. Just yeah. Okay. All right. So odd it is. What's your AC, Banthor?
19.
I'm sorry?
19.
Oh, okay. So a wooden arrow strikes your armor, almost embedding itself into your skin. You look up, and Necra has a odd look on her face. Anything else for you, Necra?
I wish I had Jane. No.
Okay. Banthor, you seem to have walked away from the party, and now you've been enveloped in a black, oozy substance that seems to be trying to eat you. You are taking 10 points of acid damage already, weakening you. What would you like to do? Like I said, you can move about and things like that. So
My eyes are closed in pain, and this thing is fully enveloping me, right?
I wouldn't, mostly enveloping you, so. But yeah, pretty much, it is on most of your body there.
I'm gonna pull my arms in close, and eyes glow blue, and I'm going to cast Frostbite on it and try to freeze it out.
Okay. Roll nature. You seem to remember oozes being resistant, or if not immune to acid cold damage. Sorry to pop your bubble, but I'd rather do it on this side than the other side. So.
Oh no, good. So, is this right here? Is it like a wall?
Yeah, it's a column going from the floor to the ground. Stalactite, stalagmite. So all of those that you see are like that.
I'm going to attempt to, wherever this thing is on my body, just basically just ram it into a wall.
Okay.
So I actually pick this one, so I'll just.
Well, it is. So it's kind of like on this pillar in front of you. So, basically you could just use your body and ram. Up against the pillar there. It's in between you and it. So it's on the pillar and has attached itself to you. It's a large, where you're a creature, where you're a medium-sized creature. So you can.
Actually, I wouldn't be able to distance myself from it. It's attached to me.
Yeah, if you ran from it or distanced yourself, it would get a opportunity attack the way it is right now. But you could run into this pillar if you wanted to. If you went into the other one, because of the amount of movement, I would have it react because of the way it's enveloping you.
Okay. Okay, so if I can't get away from it and it's not fully enveloping me, would I be able to just disengage and with it?
Correct. Yeah. You could use the disengage action and get away from it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then. I'll disengage and go over here.
Okay. All right. Anything with your bonus action?
No.
Yeah. Banthor swiftly and agilely moves out from the ooze's grasp, darts past you, Kellum, and gets to a safe area.
All right.
That being said, the black ooze directs its attention to you, Kellum.
Bring it.
Oh, man. This thing has multi-attack, right? Come on. That's not. Alright. Yeah. It tries to strike out at you, Kellum, and you easily dart its fumbling attack.
All right.
Ashura, what is it's gonna stay where it's at. Ashura, what are you doing? You have noticed Banthor move away, get enveloped and scream. Kellum went into combat, and Necra has fired an arrow at it, nearly hitting Banthor. Banthor's moved out of the way, and you have LOS of the black ooze from where you're standing.
Okay.
You're 1 foot. You're 1 foot in the cave and 1 foot in the tunnel leading back out.
Alright. Well, from where she is, she'll raise her hand and launch a firebolt.
All right. Wow. That's a crit.
Oh, there it is.
Somebody's got to get the crit, huh? There we go.
Let's see. We do 20 crits, right? So.
Yes. Is that a crit? And is that a crit?
Yes, it is.
There we go.
So that's going to be 20 plus the roll. It's not. It's going to try to roll crit damage on this. So I'm just going to roll 2d10 manually.
Sounds great.
Alright, so it's 25.
25. All right. The scream of hot energy flashes past you, Necra, and slams into the black ooze, burning away part of it, a good part of it. As you see the ooze lose some of its size and shape. Kellum, it doesn't look as formidable as it did before, but it is still a large size entity. And the bits and pieces of moss and mushrooms that are there, you see decay quickly as it eats away at their flesh. Kellum.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'll take
anything
a
else?
step.
Go ahead.
I think I'll move over to Banthor to check on him.
Okay. You move the 15 feet over to Banthor. You can see large swaths of acid damage done to him. Okay. You're not wearing any armor, are you, Banthor? Outside of the bracers and your shield, or do you still use a shield?
Bracers, shield, mage armor.
Okay.
Or,
all right. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go and modify your character. Your shield has been severely damaged. Dropping your AC by 1. So refresh your character there, Banthor. You should have an AC of 18 now. Anything else for you, Ashra?
No. I'm gonna hold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold off on heals right now. So.
Got it.
But she's close enough in case she needs to do something. So.
Got it. Let's see. Ashra, as you start to move towards Banthor, you get an uneasy feeling. Did it roll? No? Oh, it did roll. Ooh. Okay. Not good. As you see a black swirl, a mass of necrotic energy form above you, Ashra, and slams into you.
Okay.
doing 10 points of force damage.
Force damage.
And I need you to make a strength saving throw. Yes. Target strength check.
Strength save. 7.
7. Okay. You are prone.
Okay. She blasts this ooze with fire, then tries to rush over the bed, or checks over, and gets knocked on her ass.
Right.
Or behind. Sorry.
Yes. You weren't quite able to get all the way to Banthor. You're like 5 feet distance, but you're right next to Necra. And you are, like I said, prone and such, with not enough movement to stand.
I still have detect magic. Can I see the source of that?
Yes. As you see Ashra being forced to the ground, you see a black mist kind of in the almost humanoid shape flying through the room. It basically passed through Ashra when it slammed her, and then has kind of shot through the room and is to the north past Kellum. And then kind of darts into a wall and disappears.
Alright. Did I see what hit me? Or
yeah, like right before you were hit, you were like, oh, fine.
Okay.
You could roll Arcana.
Yes.
Yes. Banthor, Ashra, and Kellum, if you want, can roll Arcana. Necra, from where you were positioned and where it fled to, you didn't see it.
All right.
7.
Banthor thinks it's a spooky ghost.
You're right.
Jeez. With the advantage, I got a 10.
Okay. All right. It is some kind of spirit of some sort. Yeah, that's pretty much, some sort of undead spirit has come through and blasted Ashra.
It's just laying there, looks up at Necra, and just points to where it flew off. Watch out! There's something flying over.
Okay.
Kellum, you did see this as it flew past you, and actually it went into the column past you and disappeared.
Okay.
You're still engaged with the black ooze. What would you like to do?
I'm going to cut it.
All right.
So I'm going to start out with the longsword this time.
Okay. Roll nature.
Don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm sure we will say, don't slash it.
That's a 15.
Okay. You're pretty sure you remember somebody saying that some things, damage types, swords mostly, will cause oozes to separate into multiple creatures.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Right before you start to swing your sword, and then you hear Ashra say, "Don't do that."
I suppose the original reason I came up here and got this close in the first place has been accomplished. That's Banthor is free of it. So I will. I'll take a step back from it.
Okay. Are you disengaging, or are you
No.
getting in different? All right. So we'll get an opportunity.
Yep.
All right. Wrong creature. Give me a second. I'm looking at something else. Where is it? Oh, lost my tab. Sorry. Okay. Does a 9 hit?
No.
9. All right. It clumsily reaches out towards you as you back away from it, but is unable to strike you. Go for it.
All right. Yeah, gonna do Eldritch Blast.
All right. Yeah, that seemed to work when. Yeah.
Yes.
23. That's definitely a hit. 4 points of force damage.
damage.
All right.
14.
14. That's a hit. And 8. All right. A good medium as well. 12 points of damage. As the green force of energy leaves Kellum, you see it hit the black pudding and spread black ooze on the floor and ceiling. Your attacks seem to be whittling it down. It is actually smaller in size now.
All right. That'll be it for me. I don't have anything else worthwhile on a bonus action.
Okay. Necra. You noticed with the Eldritch Blast that the black pudding is decreased in size, but is still flailing about, trying to get at Kellum.
Alright. So, switch to the fire arrow.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Alright, so hopefully I don't.
Yeah, you. Oh! Is that a crit?
Yes.
Is that a crit?
Yes, it is. Okay.
We don't have like an auto crit on that bonus.
It seems every time Necro uses the special arrows, it just crits.
Alright, so 8 and then 1d8 3. Okay, so total of 9 from 8 and 9 is 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, total of 17?
Mm-hmm.
That's a pretty good hit.
And
Yes.
yeah.
Alright.
And I don't believe I have anything else I can do at the moment.
Alrighty. That was nasty. Do you want to stay where you're at, or move closer so I can get... Oh, never mind. Sorry, I forgot. I have to do something now. With your crit... does a 19 hit you, Necra?
Yes.
Alright. The black spirit flies out of the column next to you, Necra, and slams into you for 10 points of force damage. Give me a strength saving throw.
No,
Alright.
it missed because it rolled a 2.
It missed. It rolled a 2. Okay, alright. Reversal of that. At the last moment, you see it coming out of the column, Necra, and you're able to stand to the side as the spirit flies through the space you were just in, whirls around and looks at you, Ashra, with an evil eye and disappears back into the column.
So I didn't get a chance to slash at it.
Yes, you can.
Alright.
Using your reaction.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 23, that hits. I will allow the sneak attack because Ashra is standing there. And so you do 9 points of damage to it. Let's see. Give me a second. What are you using?
Scimitar.
Okay.
Non-magical, no special materials.
Got it. Thank you.
As far as I'm aware of.
All right. So you notice that part of your blow kind of goes through the spirit, not damaging it as much as you would have hoped.
Not terribly surprising.
But you were able to strike it. You could tell that you were able to hit it and such, which is a good thing. Alrighty. Necra, that is your action. No movement and no bonus action.
No bonus action, yes.
Alright. Banthor. You didn't really see that last exchange with the spirit, Banthor. But you did. You would have seen Necra probably with your perception and such, flailing about and striking at something. So she might even yelped out or something. But yeah. What are you gonna do?
After glancing over there and seeing there's not much I can do, I'm gonna advance forward a bit after seeing Kellum hit it with an Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna follow suit.
All right, go for it.
Let me hit the first.
That hits. Yeah, 8 points of force damage. There you go.
Alright, I'll hit the second one. Gonna hit that to do both. Yep.
That's 5. It strikes
that one too.
Yeah, it strikes the pillar. Luckily, you moved to the side instead of standing where you were, because I might have had it try to hit Kellum. But since you moved to the side, you have a direct line of sight to the creature. The green bolt slams into the pillar and does surprisingly no damage to it.
After that, everything flying at me, I'm making sure I'm not.
LOS.
No LOS on my eye. No.
But the first one did strike it, doing damage to the black pudding. The second one missing horribly, striking the cone of snakes there, doing surprisingly no damage for the amount of force that was put into the spell. Anything else for you? There's a little bit of movement and an action.
Like for flavor, I'm using one hand because it's that acid damage.
Right.
Can't stay in my hand. But that'll be it.
Okay. Kellum. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't really. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, okay, right.
We have a newfound.
Kellum, it is going to strike out at you.
Okay.
19, does that hit?
Ah, that hits.
Kellum.
Can you not hear him?
I'm sorry?
Can you not hear him?
Yeah, I can. I thought Banthor said it did. I was making sure that it didn't hit. Banthor didn't think it was hitting him. So.
No, that was me. It hit me.
Oh, okay. You sounded very much like Banthor at the moment. Sorry. You take 6 bludgeoning damage and 18 acid damage.
Holy cow.
Ow.
Okay. This is like... Yeah. Oh.
You notice that there was a bit of moss or something on your armor, and it gets eaten away, but the armor that you have does not get damaged.
Okay.
But you could tell that Banthor's shield is half rotted, eaten away by being struck by this creature. Some of your clothing has been burnt away, but not to a point where it's falling off of you or anything like that.
All right. So this is a ranged attack it has? It's like spitting this at me?
It shot out a Odupod and struck you. Pseudopod
Okay.
and struck you. That being said, if you'd like, you could use your reaction to strike at it as it retracts.
Yeah, there's going to be my next step here. It's
Okay.
going to be Hellish Rebuke.
Just oh, okay. Well, there's that.
Do it.
All right. What do I have to do?
Take it.
I point my finger at the creature that damaged you. Momentarily surrounded. Takes 2d10 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. So yeah, dexterity and the... Where is it?
9.
12. Yeah, that's a fail. The DC
Yeah.
is 12.
All right.
So,
Okay.
2d10. That's 11 fire damage.
The fire from your hellish rebuke envelops the black pudding. It dissolves into smoke and ash as you have destroyed the creature.
Alright.
Roll a percentile, Kellum.
80.
80?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 15. You see a small shower of coins fall on the floor as the creature fully disintegrates.
Okay. Cullum will kind of poke at the coins with his sword a little bit. I was like, what are these?
You look and see these are, you've seen some of these before. They're standard gold coins of the realm. Looks to be somewhere like a dozen or so have fallen to the floor.
Okay.
Assuming there's no magic on them.
Yes, you look about and you look and see, noticing him poke the coins. They do not contain any magic. Do not look to be, tainted or cursed in any fashion. That being said, Banthor, as you look about the room, you can tell that there is a slight glow of necrotic energy on these pillars.
All right. I'll let everybody know about that, the pillars. And just remind everybody we're not done yet. Something else is here.
Yeah. Are we out of turn order right now?
We are out of turn order. Yes, we are out.
I would like to stand up.
All right, I'll take that condition off of you.
I'm going to cast Fairy Fire.
Okay.
Each object in a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in a blue, green, or violet. We're going to go with green light. Any creature in the area when the spell is cast is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw for the duration. Objects affected and creatures shed a light in a 10-foot radius.
Okay. What's the area of effect?
20-foot cube.
Okay.
And I'll step over, kind of try and get as much of the columns that we've seen this thing go in and out of as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And cast it.
Okay. So we have this these 3 columns. What's a 20-foot cube? Oh, wrong. Yeah. So that's the width of the. Yeah. So you can get 2 columns if you'd like. Which 2 columns would you like to get?
I'll get the one I'm next to and the one that Banthor and the others are standing by.
Okay. They would be in the area of effect as well.
No, that's
Do you
fine.
want to tell them to move out of the way, or are you just going to pop?
Yeah, I guess I'll move. I can't choose to not highlight them, so I'll tell them to step back a little bit.
Okay.
We'll do so.
All right. So you cast a spell enveloping these 2 columns in magic. What is your intention exactly?
Any creature, the objects and any creatures within that 20-foot radius is now highlighted in a green light.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're trying to catch this spirit.
Yeah. It has to make a DC 12 dexterity saving throw. And if it fails, then it gets highlighted.
Got it. Okay.
Could I make a suggestion? That's a good idea. Perhaps you might want to ready that for when you actually see it. Because as long as it's hidden.
We have a Newfoundland.
True. Will
And
the
you
GM
could do
allow me
that.
to change that?
Yeah. So
Okay.
you could definitely do that. And I was going to start suggesting that's basically what I was trying to ask what your intentions were. So if you're trying to catch the poltergeist or this spirit entity, it would be best to try to use it like a reactionary. That would mean holding on to it to use it. Is that a leveled spell or an ability?
That's a first level spell.
Gotcha. Right. So basically, having it at the ready like that would mean that you have cast it, but you're holding on to it until you're ready to use it.
Okay.
That being said, you wouldn't be able to take any other major actions until you've cast that spell, basically.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So Callum has cast a spell, holding it at the ready, looking around the room, prepared for the eventuality of something striking him, it seems. Is this a new thing that you have, or something that you've had for a while?
The fairy fire?
Forgot. Correct.
No, I've had that for a while. I picked it up on my first level of warlock.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
Really? It's a racial trait, though.
That's a
Oh, it's a
racial
racial?
trait.
Okay, well
Yeah,
then,
that comes from you being a drow. You can do that
Okay.
once per long rest.
Oh, okay, so that doesn't take up a spell slot. That's good. All right.
Yeah.
That's also a good thing. So it's just a racial thing. All right, that's cool. So that's good. It doesn't take up one of your warlock spell slots, which is always,
Yeah.
So good. So I would say that the rest of the party knows what you have in hand and such, so y'all can act accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
After the black ooze disintegrates and the coins fall to the floor, combat has subsided. The melodic tune echoes through the hall once again. And Banthor, you feel an uneasy feeling as you stand here among these columns. You can hear the snakes are hissing at you, kind of luring you into a hypnotic a stupor, and then you snap out of it. You've noticed that you've taken a step forward involuntarily. What would y'all like to do?
My fingers.
Oh, did anybody pick up the coins or anything like that?
no. From my understanding, our village doesn't really use coins, so that's kind of like not even a thing to kill them.
I'm sure we'll pick up the coins.
Well, yeah, I was gonna try to get and collect up that arrow that.
Yeah, that definitely. You move over, Necra, and quickly find your arrow. Pick it up and examine it. It is quite sturdy and ready to go.
There's 3 coins each.
There were 13 coins in total. You can either hang on to them or distribute them if you'd like.
Okay, well, so I hand out 3 piles of 3.
All right. If you'd like, you Necra is handing out 3 gold coins to each of you. If you don't want them, let us know, and we'll go from there.
Alright. I sure won't take them. Knowing that we may run into people outside the grove. And she'll say this, like, yeah, our grove doesn't use them, but outsiders might use these for trade or barter. So it's good to keep them.
Okay.
Further up to the north, you notice a set of stairs leading out of here. And these have been... These are not the same craftsmanship of the first room that you were in. The first room was well made and thought out, done with precision and skill. These steps and the corridor that it leads to are yeah, I'll get to that in a second. Or shoddy craftsmanship, and look like they have been put together quickly. Give me a second. I'm gonna, just because of your positioning. There we go. All right. You look into that room, Necra, seeing bones and some pieces of armor and clothing. Everything has been scoured clean, though you do see a few gold coins on the floor here. One moment. There are 8 gold coins laying on the floor here. There are 8 gold coins.
So,
You see bits and pieces of bone and weapon and armor, but only like small slivers, or like maybe pieces of metal that have been chewed away at or by acid, most likely from the pudding.
okay, so after searching that, I do come back and like, well, a little bit more, and do we want to look into the other rooms that are on the side before, in
do
case
we-
something tries to jump out at us?
Do we want to try to draw out this spirit and take care of it before we continue moving, in case it tries to hit us from behind or something?
Ashra, give me a charisma saving throw.
Okay. I mean, I should be good at those.
Yeah, you should be. I mean,
Good reason to be it. Yes.
9.
9. All right.
I've not been rolling since that crit.
I know, right? So as Ashra reaches out for the coins, she turns her head slowly and starts to look at the column in wonderment. Banthor, you notice this immediately and recognize this as Ashra being hypnotized by the same force that hypnotized you earlier.
She's
And-
reaching for the coins and saying, we should draw out this thing before. Her head just turns towards the column.
Right, and turns towards the column and starts staring at it. Sorry, I moved her to a different place. There you go. Sorry. You are, luckily you're surrounded by friends and family, Ashra, but, what would y'all like to do? As you can clearly see that, Ashra is not in control of herself.
I'm going to attempt to grapple. Ashra.
Okay. She relents, it seems, doesn't put up a struggle or anything. You have got her grappled and slightly raised her off the floor.
Tell him be ready to help. I am not strong.
All right.
So
what is
she's a
it?
lightweight.
What is your strength there, Baron?
An 11, so plus 0.
Okay. That's still, enough to do this task. Ashra, you could tell, is of a very slight build.
Uh-huh. No strength.
You're like, oh, damn, she's probably 125 wet.
Pause.
Without problem, you have her grappled, and what would you like to do?
gonna lightly shake her. Ashura. Ashura. You there?
Roll a charisma saving throw, Ashra.
That's more.
That's what it's supposed to be. More like a 15.
Okay. You come to with Banthor holding you off the ground, shaking you slightly, just enough to jar your neck a little bit.
What's going on? Oh, Banthor? What? Why are you hugging me?
You can still hear the hisses of the snakes, and out of the corner of your eye, you kind of want to look at their eyes.
They're like at the columns?
Yes.
While still being like held, grappled. She's just gonna throw a firebolt at the column. See what happens.
Okay. Alright. You strike it, go ahead and roll the damage.
Come on. 9.
9? Okay. The firebolt strikes the column, surprising the group as you do this. It leaves a small black mark on. Oh, there we go. And leaves a small black scar on the column, doing less damage than you thought it would do. And as you do that, you feel fully shaken, or shall we say, fully woken. You don't hear the hissing, and you don't feel like you need to turn your gaze to the eyes and look at them.
We need to take care of that. Whatever those columns are, whatever the spirit is, it's going to keep affecting us if we don't deal with it now. Banthor, could you let me go, please? I feel okay now.
You're you?
Yeah, yes, I feel fine.
Put her down. Say sorry. Last time I did that, I just got whacked in the face, and
no,
it was not fun.
That's good. That was understandable. Did you hear the hissing of snakes too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it is, it seems when you start to hear the hissing, it's trying to influence you. So she'll tell that to Kellum and Necra. Be aware if you hear hissing. Still your mind.
Anybody here know a silent spell or have a wad of cotton?
Unfortunately, only one of us can get that spell, and they're not at the level to get that spell yet.
While waiting for that to come out, I would like to investigate the other rooms.
Sure.
Way.
Alright.
And Necra says, okay, well, yeah, y'all deal with that. I'm going to go over here.
Alright.
Mostly see what else is going to jump out at us.
Right. Sticking your head into this narrow passage, you know that anybody with armor would need to move through here slowly, with rough terrain until you got into the room proper. You do notice from your position that it opens up. You can see bones and half-dissolved carcasses in this room. They seem to be a little fresh.
Alright, and...
just from your position here. If you can move into the room and look at it more clearly if you'd like, or
Well,
She's dead.
so holler. Well, not holler, but quietly. Like, well, looks like a short passage and then a small room down this way, and since you guys seem to be able to do more damage to that thing than I can, do you want me to look into this, or?
Just be careful and try not to engage with anything on your own.
Yes, certainly.
While she's doing that, what is Banthor seeing from the columns with the detect magic? Is there any particular type?
Necrotic.
Necrotic?
Yeah.
Okay, just necrotic. And can I do an arcana on the column?
Sure. Necra, as you enter the room, squeezing through the passageway there, you look about and see that these carcasses have not been eaten in the same manner as all the others. These look like an animal or animals have been eating these half-eaten carcasses. You notice that one of them is kind of still moving around a little bit. It looks like it's a zombie that has been half-eaten and is slowly crawling towards you.
Okay. Alright. Actually, I'll just back out. I'm like, yeah, that's a thing.
All right. Roll nature.
Okay. This.
What's the lighting in that room? That room.
So throughout this cave room, there are. You don't know anything. You don't know what ate the zombie.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Are mushrooms and lichen that are luminescent. They're high on the ceiling and and such like that. The ceiling is about 20 foot high. So they're high up on the ceiling and along the wall up to a certain point. They come down about 10 feet or so. So they're slightly out of reach. But they
there's a light source.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I am visible.
In that room, so in the center of the room, there's not much light in comparison to along the walls. And in this room, that room particular that you went into, there wasn't that much lichen or mushrooms. You noticed in those two small rooms that you've been in, Necra, that there's less light.
Okay.
And around the columns, there's less light.
Right.
Just gotta check.
Doesn't seem like the lichen liked the columns.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to.
Like.
Yep.
That was a 27 on that arcana.
Okay,
Ouch.
gotcha.
All the information.
So there's most likely some necrotic snake god, and that these are affiliated with. And you remember that the name that was written in blood talked about the immortal snake. You have an uneasy feeling that these two are directly correlated, and that this is an ancient nexus point. Yes, temple nexus point for this energy. As you come to that kind of realization, you kind of notice that this whole cavern has a snake-like feel to it. The walls and so forth have what looks like now to you scales dripping wet.
Callum's gonna fish out some of the snake jerky he's got.
Yeah.
You start munching on it.
Munching on it. There we go. That's awesome. As you do that, roll perception.
All right.
Does this column feel like, you say it's a nexus, does it feel like the center point of all of them, or?
Oof.
This is a very, very old cavern cave. So this feels like it, definitely was like either something great died here and long ago and has created this energy, and it is being utilized by these snake people.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. Kellum, you are being attacked. A black mass of swirling necrotic energy flies at you.
I'll release my held spell.
Okay. Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
No, because it's a 3.
There you go. All right. So anticipating the attack, Kellum, you turn around and fling out your what's the spell again?
Fairy fire.
Fairy fire. And it seems to distract the poltergeist spirit. It flies past you as it is dazed, and let's see, it came from the column that is to your north, and because it is now illuminated and you've cast a spell, Ashra and Banthor, as it is leaving, you can attack it with a reaction.
And you get advantage on it.
Correct.
Does do I get a spell reaction? Because, or does it have to be?
Yeah, you don't have Warcaster, do you?
I don't have that.
No. Because of the fairy fire, and Kellum's reaction, I'll allow you to, not a react, not to use an action, basically, as it no longer surprises you.
Okay. I'll take that, and I'll launch a firebolt at it.
Okay. Do you wish to take the advantage? Because is it the first person?
No,
It's everybody.
It's everybody, as long as he
okay.
holds concentration on it.
Oh, concentration. Oh, nasty. Got it.
Yeah, I suppose I should
All right.
put that on.
Yeah.
And I think that hit the 20.
Yeah. Dirty 20. That'll hit.
Okay.
Roll with advantage there, Banthor. 15.
First bolt.
That's going to be 15 fire.
Yeah, yeah. Alrighty. That's painful. Oh, good. 15? Alright. Alright. And then Banthor, is that 15 your with advantage?
Yeah, so that's the first bolt.
Yeah. So I'll take the 15 as a hit.
And that would be 2 damage.
Well, you can.
Do you want to fish for
And this would be the second bolt.
Nope. Okay. So, and then 3 there.
1 to hit. Yep.
Alright. And from where I'm at, could I see this entity?
Yes. Mainly because of the fairy fire spell and the effect of the fairy fire.
Alright, so presuming it's something this will actually make a difference on,
Okay.
pull out the radiant arrow again.
Alrighty.
And you get advantage.
Is that a crit?
Okay.
Are
Yes,
you
it is.
freaking kidding me?
Alright, confirmed. Every time she uses the magic arrows, they
Oh
just
my.
Three. I'm
It's-
expecting the next one, because we're making the fuss, is going to be a 1. Alright, so
Yeah.
16 plus...
And a radiant explosion of damage flashes in front of your eyes, Kellum, Ashra, and Banthor, as the incorporeal spirit is blasted into the next dimension by this radiant arrow that is exploded in its face. Yet again, Necra with the... What are you?
Just to know,
Just
your reaction this time, the "Are you kidding me?" That's going into a clip as well.
Yeah.
Just, that was
I
beautiful.
turn around and just slowly lean around the pillar and look at Necra.
Yeah, because that came flying over your head. With precision. But it did come flying over your head. Wow.
Actually, no, we're on opposite sides of the column.
Yeah, it came from behind. Right? Yeah. And because the it originated from the column next to Banthor and flew towards Kellum, and went into this column. So when you shot it, it was basically right in between Ashra and Kellum when you hit it. So it flew right over Banthor's head and smacked right into the heart of this poltergeist spirit. As it fades away into radiant energy, you feel the ground rumble, like before when Ashura poured the holy water on the altar.
Oh, God.
And from deep within the cavern, you hear a hiss radiate through from up the cavern entrance, up those stairs. You hear a large hiss. It is. It doesn't sound like it came from an actual creature. It just sounds like it permeates everywhere, but is also coming from that hallway.
All right.
And how do the columns look now?
They don't look any different, Banthor. They don't change their magical properties or anything like that. But Kellum and Necra, you've had this nagging feeling underneath that is suddenly gone. and you've been unconsciously fighting back the effects of this hypnotism, and now those are no longer affecting you.
I'd take another bite of my snake jerky.
Alright, so recover the arrow.
All right.
Definitely.
And
that
I
lucky
just ready an
arrow.
Eldritch Blast when I see Kellum eating more jerky.
yeah,
You do what? You do what, Banthor?
I just ready an Eldritch Blast, like I got my hands up and looking around.
He's over there just looking back and forth like, okay.
And I'm just
Where's
darting
it
around. Up, down, left, right.
As Kellum is eating the snake jerky, no uneasy feeling comes about you. You don't see anything darting about the room, and such. Maybe Necra, but
well, and as I'm recovering the arrow, I point out that there's the mold zombie down the way. Like,
I think we're okay to continue moving now. Well, we at least don't have to worry about that thing hitting us from behind.
And then I still need to look into this other room just in case there's something else that might decide it wants to
Yeah.
paint. No.
Now we can start moving. Just say Banthor has on the detect magic. Because it's only 10 minutes.
it's only 10 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
So 5 minutes have passed since you entered the room, because he was, caught up in that quickly, and you started combat and such. So it only took Necra, a minute or so to go back and forth and make her small, like, oh, zombie, never mind, and come back to you.
Okay.
And then Kellum started eating snake jerky and, trying to piss off Poltergeist.
Exactly.
Which he did.
I had to draw it out somehow.
Oh, yeah, I thought it was a very good idea. And so,
I mean, that was a great idea, because I was going to start trying to taunt it to make it come out.
So
you did the best way.
I don't know if you recognized, but anybody who did a critical hit, I was going to attack with the poltergeist. So
yeah, I noticed that.
okay, so that was the condition for the for outside of the jerky. That was the conditions for the for seeing the poltergeist. So, alrighty. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about that anymore.
What were you gonna say, Banthor?
Kellum, you have any more of that jerky?
I pull out. I pull some extra out. Yeah. I guess you
Matt,
all
I
left
want-
yours in the. I hand one over. I thought I gave everybody some at one point.
I look at this pillar in particular, the one that got me hurt, and I just take an extra big bite of jerky while I glare at it.
Further down, you could feel something. It gives you an uneasy feeling. There's something powerful here. Further on into the catacomb, into the caves.
Is there
Kellum.
anything in this room?
Okay.
That's what Banthor feels.
Okay, that's. Oh, funsies.
Oh, we didn't like that. Just look at the jerky. That's
Yeah.
point down this way.
Callum's gonna pull out a health potion at this
Okay.
point. It's time to.
Oh, that's right. I did get damaged too. I'm going to do the same.
Okay.
Drink a health potion before
right.
moving on.
taking your time drinking the health potion, it will give you full.
Alright.
Necra, you enter in this room and find that there are bone fragments and fragments of metal, like in the middle room. And looking about the room, you can see a few shiny gold coins. There are 6 gold coins in this room.
Okay.
Give me an intelligence check.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Of course. This one. So
Roll with advantage.
It's still in.
All right. Okay. Nothing.
Okay.
What would y'all like to do? Well, you notice that the bones and the metal fragments are clean, and as such, most likely were eaten by the black pudding.
Okay.
For any of the bigger pieces of assuming we're continue following Necro, any of the armor pieces, do they have any symbols on them? Any of the bigger pieces? You see any symbols or something?
There are not many big pieces. Most of the stuff is smaller, half of your palm size kind of things. I am going to roll a percentage. Do you want high or low?
High.
Alright. I roll an 18, which is low. None of the fragments that you find are large enough to have any kind of symbolism on them. Like, big enough to really recognize or anything. A lot of the stuff has been half eaten or acid, with acid.
Alright. Yes, we continue on.
If you could spend a little bit more time. And Necra, you did remember that last room, that bottom room to the far south, with the zombie, there were more larger pieces of armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, we should probably take care of that zombie that's fallen. Can we go in there and just light it up?
So Ashra ask you, Necra, to lead her into the room so she can light that zombie up.
Okay. So, sure. And might as well leave that there. Yeah. So, burn it.
No. So just go in there and just either firebolt or sacred flame and just hit it over and over until it stops moving.
Okay. You're talking about yourself, Ashra?
Yeah.
Okay. Necra, do you want Necra to go with you?
She can. She wants to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Just
Alright.
hadn't moved the token yet.
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure. So Necra, you lead Ashra into the room. You see the zombie still slowly with one arm pulling its body closer and closer towards the large cavern. You step into the room and hit it with firebolt or
I'm a sacred flame. Yeah. Sacred
Is
flame.
that,
radiant damage?
Gotcha. Is that a cantrip?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Cool. So you hit it. You hit it once with the sacred flame with the radiant damage, and it stops moving. Necra pokes it with a sword a couple times, and it's no longer animated. You do notice that there are larger pieces of armor here, and investigating them, you notice that there are a large number of followers of Tyr that seems to have fallen in this area.
Okay.
Also,
Anything?
you would notice, the two of you, that some of these corpses are kind of fresh, and it looks like there is a small opening up in the ceiling that might be a exit to this chamber. But it would be something that you would have to go crawling up there and get in and such. It is not an easy task at all to do. And the opening looks very small. You wouldn't be able to wear armor and go through that. A very lithe creature would have to come through that. Hold on for a second. Banthor casts Cure Wounds on Kellum. Do you need healing there, Kellum?
I did. We were chatting in the Discord as well there. Thank you.
Okay. So 10 hit points there. All right. Ashra?
Of course.
Can we talk how fresh the corpses are?
Some of them look pretty fresh. There was a zombie here that was being eaten on. This zombie that you killed was actually being eaten on. And looks like it was left as well. Some of the corpses are animals, but there also are a few humanoid creatures. One of them looks like it's a small, or was a small creature of some sort. You can't tell if it was a child or a small creature, humanoid, like a dwarf or a halfling or some fairy creature. But it's been eaten away at so much that you can't recognize what race or gender or age, though it looks like this has been here within the last month, but you don't know exactly.
Okay. Yeah, so that's in the last month. Okay.
Would either or both of you like to roll nature?
Yeah.
Can certainly try.
I'll give you guidance. You roll first. So you can add that D4 to yourself.
Okay,
Yeah, trying to figure out, the two of you are talking and trying to figure out what kind of creature might have done this.
5.
That's a 3, and even if I add guidance to myself.
So what did you roll, Necra?
6.
Grand total of 5.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna
What was this? Oh, okay.
guidance, and I'm gonna roll that again by using the sorcery point. I'm just gonna see if we can do that again. Okay, that's a bit better. And with the guidance, that makes it 18.
Okay. So looking at this, you're pretty sure that it is some, most likely, a ghoul has eaten this, because not many natural creatures would eat an undead creature like a zombie for nourishment. But checking off, what kind of creatures and such, It looks like this is like a feeding ground for a ghoul, or maybe even a pack of ghouls.
Okay. Astra will share that with Neka. We need to be on the lookout for ghouls in this area. Possibly more than one. Along with any other poltergeist we may find.
Excuse me.
Is there anything salvageable? The stuff
Gotcha.
thing.
Hold on. You asked the question. You roll the percentage.
Okay.
Why is it still showing that? Anyhow.
23? Sorry, I cannot read.
20.
The 20.
Laying in the pile of corpses to the side, you notice a shiny gold object. Reaching in and pulling it out, you notice that it is a golden goblet with the symbols of Tyr on it.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, she'll take that, gonna wipe it off with a cloth and wrap it up and store it.
As you look at this Necra, with the little bit of training that Maxie has given you, you can tell that this object is made of gold, and that the artwork on it, that it is probably worth 100 to 200 gold. It's a quite nice piece of religious artifact, basically.
Mm-hmm. But can't determine anything else special about it. Okay.
No. Just its, kind of its value.
Mm-hmm.
As a rogue, you can see its value, basically. So, at a glance.
Appraisal, yes.
Return.
All right. So
Do I need to do an arcana to make sure it doesn't have any ability?
Icky off of it. Well, returning to the group, Banthor would see a different glow upon you if you didn't present it directly.
Yeah, she'd show it. She's not trying to hide it. So.
Yeah. And Banthor, looking at this goblet, you would see a couple different things. You notice the same curse that other magical items have on, and as well as radiant energy coming from this goblet.
As Astra is approaching, I just mutter, "Can we not find anything that isn't cursed?"
No, not until we deal with whatever's cursing everything there. We can just assume
Necrotic
anything.
and radiant. So it's cursed, but emitting radiant energy as well.
Yeah, its base is radiant.
Considering what it was originally supposed to be used for. And whatever this snake thing is that's tainting everything. Then she'll put it in her pack. We'll find a way to cleanse it of its negative properties. Oh, hopefully. Till then,
Alrighty.
you know, we'll stash it with the others once we get back. Shall we continue? Oh, something is waiting for us down there.
Yeah. Make sure something's not gonna bite us in the back when we... or as we're trying to get away from something too big for us to actually face.
In that room you said that had the hole in the ceiling? How
Mhm.
far, like, does it show, like, the open air? How
No, it doesn't show up in it.
Okay. So it's like going up into, like, just a different area.
Yeah, you don't know exactly. You did notice some claw marks, going up to it. So someone has been using it to come in and out.
With my 120 range vision, how far up in there can I see?
It goes about 10 feet or so, and then it starts winding in a different direction.
Okay. Alright, we can continue forward. Or the only one of us that can climb safely was Banthor, the ghost spider. But I hesitate to ask Banthor to go up there on his own. Perhaps we just find the other way that leads. But
what's in this other side?
I can take somebody with me.
Since you looked at it with your devil sight, you would notice that there's gore and ick, from bodies being pulled in and out of that passage and such. It looks quite nasty. Like they didn't really care. They were just pulling them through, and whatever stuck and such. So.
Perhaps not. Perhaps if we need to explore, let's explore the rest. Jesus. It's already filthy enough.
Yeah, I don't have presto.
Don't have presto. Let's save that for after we've explored the rest, maybe, just in case.
Yeah, Necro, you have gone into that room and looked about. That's you. I think you found the other 6 gold coins there.
Haven't picked them up yet. Haven't actually gone into the room yet.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry. My apologies.
So,
all right. It's like got it. So it's like the middle room, bone fragments and small pieces of metal. You do see 6 pieces of gold coins there. Anybody? I can get a general if you want to. You can roll an intelligence check for the whole party. Anybody?
Intelligence?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll try intelligence with guidance.
Without guidance, basically.
That is, it doesn't matter. It's a net 1.
Doesn't matter. All right. Necro got a 12. Does anybody else
16.
want to roll? 16. Okay. Necra and Kellum, as you're dividing up the coins, it seems a little strange that it's only gold coins. There's no copper, there's no silver, and you might have platinum, but there's no platinum and stuff. So it's only gold coins that you're finding, and only gold. The goblet is made out of gold.
That's true.
You notice it as a peculiarity.
Okay.
Okay, so that's that.
Anybody point that out? Because Archer has no idea, apparently.
Yeah.
Archer's like, Chinese? I got Chinese.
She's just,
So only middle class people have been brought down here.
Or there's been a bunch of adventurers, unfortunately. Well,
Oh yeah, I mean adventurers are middle class. All right, it's not the rich people, so there's no platinum. It's not the poorest of people. There's no copper. It's just gold. It's the middle.
what kind of, like the upper middle. Because the middle would probably have silver. Upper middle would have silver and gold.
Yeah, general middle.
It would make sense. Other adventurers coming down here.
yeah.
It would make sense that with this being a temple of Tyr that they would have, goblets and such. Perhaps these were rooms where they held important things or valuables.
Well, it wasn't Tyr's temple, and point to the columns.
Yeah, looking at the small little knots, I forgot what Necker called those. Little.
Codes.
Thank you. That's the word. Awesome. You notice that they're set up as little mini altars, and they have snakes and candles that are unlit, that are been placed about. You will also notice in these alcoves, there's a lack of any metal material here, and such. Is all. The only thing that is left is like wax and stone.
I'm just gonna throw this out there, but platinum is actually less reactive than gold, if it matters.
Perhaps this was originally the home to whatever these snake worshippers, perhaps followers of Tyr, came in and tried to change this to a temple.
Yeah, evidence suggests that some kind of battle happened. At least, if nothing else, at the beginning, entryway here. And with the amount of bone fragments and pieces of metal, you can deduce that a lot of individuals were here battling.
Warriors and priests of Tyr were trying to clear whatever dwelled here before. Tried to sanctify it.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything more we can get out of here, so...
Let's continue on cautiously.
So... step onto the platform.
Okay. When you step onto the platform, you hear a voice echoing through from in front of you.
Okay.
Excuse me, I had to burp. Sorry. It says, "Be ye mortal, fear for your life."
Okay.
And everybody hears that when you stepped on up onto the stairs.
Right.
Okay.
In a hissing, evil voice, basically. If you be mortal, fear for your life. Sorry.
Okay. And nothing else. No
And nothing
lights.
else. No.
I should just
So,
kind of sort
step
of fears, just
little
sort of like.
As you start to advance, noticing the workmanship, or shall we say, quick, shoddy workmanship put into this, you do notice that the room in front of you is given more time and care and craftsmanship. As you slowly start to approach, you can see a altar to the left and a pool to the right. The altar has been destroyed from an explosion and a cave-in. All the black dots there basically are large rocks that have caved in and crushed this altar. You can see the head of a snake lying on the floor. It looks like this. Also, you can see chains and manacles on the altar. Looked like it was used for sacrifices. And it is raised, and the pool is on a lower end, looking as if blood was cycled down to the pool. The pool is empty, but stained red.
Right.
There is a door directly in front to the far east, and a door to the far south.
And I'm guessing that the phosphorescent fungus is still all over the place.
It is not in this room.
Alright.
It was in the hallway that you just came through, corridor, but not in this room.
Is Banthor picking up anything? His time's probably running.
I want to inspect it.
Yeah. From your position, Banthor, you can see a slight necrotic energy coming from this, but you could tell that it at one point was much stronger. Walking up to this Necra, you get an uneasy feeling of just knowing that this was used for sacrifice. And you can see some dried areas of blood in the pool, but it looks like most of the blood that was there at any point has been removed, though the stone itself is stained red. The blood that is there is still has not coagulated, and it's just small droplets here and there.
Okay.
You say the altar is crushed under rubble?
Correct.
Asha wants to move over and mold earth, kind of push the rubble and see if there's anything else under.
Okay. Taking some time and pushing some of the rubble aside, you still notice that this is a figure of like a two-headed individual. One with a snake head and one with a normal human like head. Though it does seem like the normal human head has large protruding fangs and oval-like eyes.
And is that giving off the necrotic energy?
Only slight, basically like a residue.
Okay.
You can tell that pickaxe were used in destroying the wall and the statue.
Gotcha. Alright. That's all. Okay. Which door has Necro crept to?
Banthor, roll. Let me look at your character real quick. Just roll perception. Good. The southern door gives you a stronger, uneasy feeling.
Vibes this
Yeah.
way.
Correct. Let's go this way.
No, I say that.
He's like,
What did you say? I was laughing. I'm sorry. What did you say?
But yeah, my character says that. Bad vibes that way.
Oh, okay.
bad vibes. Bad vibes that way. Less bad vibes the other way.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
it's bad. It's all bad. Just
it's all bad, but it feels stronger to the south.
So do we want to deal? Do we want to deal with the more bad, the stronger bad vibes, and then handle the lesser bad?
I mean, the lesser bad may be scared away if we take care of the bigger bad.
Yeah, my thoughts.
True.
Might be easier to deal with dealing with the badder vibes. Southern door then?
Checking the door.
All right. You check the door. You can see that it is firmly locked and jammed
Okay.
from this side. Jammed and locked from this side.
Alright.
What type of door is this? Like a standard, like wooden door?
It is a stone door. My apologies. The two doors that are here are stone.
I was about to go and try and punch them open.
Yeah. I
Alright.
was like, I wanted to know. I was like, well, maybe I can try to push it if it's, loose enough stone or.
I'll Eldritch Blast it.
Well, let's see. Can it be opened first?
Yeah, I'm like kneeling with the roll of thieves tool laid out on the floor, like as the
let's hold on a second before we start blasting.
Callum's just got the Eldritch Blast sitting in his hand, or with his shard dagger with it as his amplifier or whatever it is now, and he's just like, he's waiting. He's waiting.
yeah,
Semi
very well we
patiently.
need that.
The wedges you notice are gold coins.
Ooh.
Okay.
wedged into the door. There is a total of 30 gold coins that are wedged into the door.
Goodness.
Are they easily pried out? Priable out?
With a little bit of time, Necra could pry them out easily.
30 divided
I will.
is...
Banthor, your detect magic dissipates.
Do you want to, while she's doing that, take 10 and re-up it?
Necra, you know it's going to take 5-10 minutes at least to get this free safely. You can do it quickly. You can do it quickly if you'd like, but safely to make sure that you don't trigger anything and blah blah blah. It'll take at least 5 or 10 minutes.
Alright, and as I'm doing, I kind of set it off into piles, just
Okay.
in case, and about 7, with 2 of them being 8.
You notice that these coins have been smashed in there. They've lost some of their original shape, but you can tell that these are stamped with the Tears symbol.
Alright.
That being said, only a few of the coins that you found earlier were stamped with Tear symbol. Others were stamped with other merchant symbols or other kingdoms. But these all are from Tyr. Have a Tyr stamp on them.
Okay. So when Banthor gives me the go-ahead, I'm going to try and unlock the door.
And I'll give
you. You get all of the gold coins and wait for Banthor to finish his spell. Banthor, you finish your spell, and you don't notice anything magical about the door or the other door or anything else outside of the little bit of residual necrotic energy on the pool in the altar. With guidance, you can. What would you like to do? There's a lock on.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Try to pick the lock.
Okay. Go for it.
Well, that ain't gonna do very well. So, do I break the pick, or do I just...
Roll sleight of hand or thieving tools again.
Oh,
Oh wow! Yes, your main pick has broken. You will. You still have some other pieces that you can use. Your DC might be a little higher going forward until you get another main pick.
alright, so...
But you still have tools enough to utilize thieves' tools and disarm traps and stuff like that, and then pick locks. You could try again if you'd like.
I would.
All right.
Go ahead and 2 again.
Okay, I'm starting to be slightly concerned that this die is stuck.
All right. Roll again, and we'll
Slowly
check
back
that.
away.
Well, I mean, the pendulum's got to swing, so I mean,
Yeah,
Really distracting. Necra.
and... okay.
just sleight of hand or another custom is fine.
Well, it doesn't want to do the skill rolls mostly, so.
I gotcha.
Alright. So, and somehow I never got the. It didn't just auto do the Thieves' Tools thing, so I haven't done that yet.
Gotcha. Sleight of hand should most likely be the same. Well,
You'd have to
I
add
don't
if-
have
tools.
yeah. If you don't, yeah, that's right. Never mind. It'd be a. Oh yeah, you don't have that. So I guess stealth
You really want
or acrobatic. Excuse me. Because you don't have it. You have thieves' tools as a proficiency, but not specialized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, expertise. That's what I meant. So yeah, roll. You could roll acrobatics, and that would give us a accurate.
try. Okay, that's
All right.
better.
We'll take that. You were inspired by your third critical shot with your arrows, and so we'll use that inspiration for this roll here. And but you still keep your standard inspiration that you started with. With that, you able to unlock the door, and it releases with a click. Which you don't, I'm not saying anything with that. I'm just saying it releases. You're good. It's not a foreboding click or anything like that.
We still stand at the ready. Hands up, ready to blast anything there.
Gotcha.
On the other side. All right, Nectar. Open it. Nice and easy.
Yep. And
All right. Okay, give me a second here. Oh, because that's a door. Jeez. Give me a second. Come here. Yeah. Oh, no, not all of that. Technical difficulties.
It happens.
All right.
Release. I don't want that. Oh, okay. There we go. Alrighty. Sorry. You open the door slightly to peer down the hallway, seeing a suit of armor sway back and forth, glaring at you, knowing that you have opened the door. It has a long spear, and it is pointed at you.
tuck and roll.
Okay.
And we blasted because we were ready. So as soon as she tucks and rolls from the door, we blast.
All right. Nectar tucks and rolls and pushes the door open so that you can fully see the suit of armor. Who's going first? Ashura, you're in the back.
Yeah,
I want to see if it
she's in
hits
the
Kellen. I mean,
back. She's in the back.
go for it, Asha. And then we'll do Kellum and then Banthor.
All right, is this regular or? Well,
Come
I guess
again?
it was waiting, so. Just regular.
Yeah,
yeah.
basically like, oh, something was behind the door. Blah, blah, blah. So you'll get a surprise round, basically.
I got
Two?
a 5, guys.
Okay.
22 to hit.
That hits.
10 fire.
Okay. All right.
Their blast.
The blast hits the armor, shaking it, as well as damaging it. You notice that its movements are slower, as it has been affected by the blast. Oops, my bad.
Alright.
There we go. All right. Kill him.
19.
19. That will hit.
2 damage.
2 points.
Now, question, is this a construct?
Yes.
Critical damage.
All right. So your standard is 10. The max is 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So 12 points of damage. All right. The Eldritch Blast, a small, as it was, hits the construct and explodes as your gloves glow with a yellow light.
And I'll fire the second bolt. 9.
That's a miss. It hits the door frame, chipping off a piece of stone.
Okay. Actually, I think it's critical damage to that door frame, too.
Yeah, I was about to say, roll damage.
19.
Okay. All right. So, a large blast of green energy hits the door frame, blasting a chunk off of the frame. It may be difficult to shut this door fully all the way.
I don't think we were planning on shutting it anyway.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Banthor said he needed a few minutes. So I will Eldritch Blast for him, I'm guessing here? Yeah, you probably do the same.
Yeah, I can hear you and talk. I'm just not at the computer.
Okay.
Blast.
Alright. Your first Eldritch Blast is a 15, which misses. And the second one is a 13, which also misses. Slamming into the door, into the ceiling. Alrighty. Being bombarded with Eldritch Blast and fiery arrows, the armor moves back around the corner, getting out of ranged LOS. It stands there, just out of sight. You can hear its feet scraping the floor. It's just around the corner.
Kellum's gonna go after it.
Okay.
What's the lighting? Is it?
In the hallway, there is some illumination from the lichen.
Okay. I'm going to be asking all the time, so just be used to that.
That's fine.
Yeah, things are not showing
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. I don't know, but we're good.
Okay. So can I
I'm not
see it
gonna-
from here?
Yes, you can see it from here as it attacks you with its spear.
Okay.
A 9
Does not.
and 11.
Does not.
Alrighty. Go ahead.
I will. I'm guessing it because the lance lets it get a little bit extra reach. I was trying to stay in the like a bit of a ranged mode for more Eldritch blasting.
Okay. It has a reach with that.
Okay.
But you are far enough that you can still use your Eldritch Blast.
All right. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
9.
Miss. Hits the wall and does a little chip off. 11 as well. Miss.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on that 11.
All right, go for it.
Got to be kidding me.
Inspiring yourself to do to try to strike the animated armor. You rush your bolt and it hits the corner of the wall here, going in a shard of pieces of stone, surprising you and making you stagger backwards back into the room as you take 1 point of bludgeoning damage. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I got it.
Right?
Well, that stinks.
Yep. So, same previous initiative?
We can do that. Callum would run forward. So Necra, yeah.
Alright. So, round. Say hello to my friends here. Right and left.
Right and left. Alrighty.
Also, this qualifies as the first round of combat, right?
Yeah, is that something that, like, it's just the first round of combat?
Yep.
Every time? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Every time.
Alright, yep.
Dirty
20, that'll hit. That'll hit.
Mm. Alright.
7 slashing.
And then the bonus because of
Alright.
another dirty
It still
20.
stands. It still stands, though barely. And you roll another dirty 20 with another 6 slashing there already.
And bonus damage because.
No dread ambusher. Okay. The animated armor crumbles and falls to the floor.
Alright.
Up ahead, you can see the pathway leads to the left and to the right, north and south. To the south you can see the start of a set of stairs.
Alright.
Sure, we'll make our way up to the rest.
Okay.
So she can see also.
Alright. Standing behind Necra at the crook of the hallway here. It goes south and then immediately goes east. You see the animated armor laying on the floor, and a Dallas where it stood at the end of the hallway. It's a short little hallway, some 20 odd feet, with near the end a corridor going north and a corridor going south. The southern corridor has stairs leading upwards.
And the northern just continues on.
As far as you can tell from your perspective, yes.
Anything stand out about the animated armor that was down?
It clearly has markings of snakes and such on it.
That's another thing. Alright. Do we want to see what's up the stairs or continue exploring this level here before going up?
Probably clear this level.
Okay. Well, it's like nobody gonna say anything. Just talking to himself here.
Did y'all want to move any further and like look at the rest of the hallway? I kind of got you, like in this little crook and stuff. Necra, as you come forward, you see to the south the stairway leading up and a door, a stone door with a snake's head to the south. To the north, whoop! I grabbed a bunch of rubble. I didn't want to do that. Sorry. To the north, I did it again. Dadgummit. Oh, I see why I did that. Okay. Dur. Right. There we go. To the north.
And your rubble, I can move it out of the way. Clear our path.
I kept moving the rubble because I was on map and not anyhow. So I'll move you a little bit so that you can see that Necra. I'm just going to put you right there, because of that. Well, you can see all the way down the hallway.
Nope,
so
I can't see.
you can't.
Squat.
How about there?
Right there. Yeah.
Can you see? I guess. How about this? Move your token around, and you might be able to see when you move your token around slowly up the hallway. Does it give you a glimpse up there? I don't know why it's being wacky. Give me a second. I'll see if I can fix that. I think I know how to.
It's the grid.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I turned the grid off. So you can move your, just use the tiles as 5-foot tiles there. So from now on, and I just turned the grid off. So just be careful. All right. Yeah, let me reveal. All right. So, Necra, you to the south, 10 foot of stairs leading up to a door with a snake's head, large stone door, very ornate. And to the north is a hallway, has a offshoot to the right, and then at the far north of this hallway, which bends back to the room that you were just previously in, the altar room. You see a small set of stairs that are been carved into the ground that lead downward, of slightly of different construction. Looks more natural, but there's another corridor leading to this direct north, and one leading to the west. To the east.
Okay.
So you got the door to your south. Going along the corridor to the north, there's a offshoot that goes east, and a set of stairs that go north.
All right.
Well, since we see the stairs just leads to a door here, this might be just a room before we go it's not leading up to another level, as far as we can tell.
Yeah. You got the impression that it, where you thought it might be leading up to another level of discovery. This does definitely feel like it's leading into a room.
Let's check this room here, and then we can continue northwards after.
So, check the door.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody want to move their token anywhere while he's checking the door?
Yeah,
Give her guidance and stay back.
Come up a little bit.
All right. Okay.
And also ready a firebolt again.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, I've got Eldritch Blast ready as well.
Okay. There is writing on the wall. You notice on the door, Necra. It's in not abyssal. What's the other one?
Infernal.
Infernal. There we go.
So, can't read it. Don't know what it says.
But Banthor can.
Before I want to do something potentially dumb, would someone who can actually read this take a look at it?
Banthor has the eyes of the Runekeeper.
All right, Banthor, as you yeah, that's good right there, Banthor. As you come up to it, oh, did I not toggle with that? Okay, I'm gonna move your characters just for a second. Can you see that door, Necra?
I can. Just a second.
I was just wondering if I got fog of. Yeah, I was just wondering if I got fog of war out of the way. That's all. It just looked like Banthor was whatever.
There's a darkness. I don't know why.
Gotcha.
Did we lose somebody?
Banthor, you see the writing on the door, and it is the name earlier. The Eternal Snake. What was his name? I'm looking for my notes. Damn it. Why are they waiting up here? Gee. Oh, I did. I forgot I'd done that one time ago.
Portrait Valerians?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Is it a Cordric Valerian? The Eternal Snake?
Yeah. Yes, that guy. Yes, thank you, Valerian. Yeah. Codric, the Eternal Snake. Cordric. Cordric. Kordrik. Cordric, or however you want. Cordric.
Last session.
Yeah, yeah. So you see that scrawled across the door.
So
Cordric Valerian again.
Why does this look like it says it's the boss room?
Dark Souls boss room.
Yes, as you get close to this door, Banthor, you have a very bad, unsettling feeling from the other side of this door.
What's Detect Magic picking up?
From the other side of the door, let's see, up to 30 feet, and you can see through a foot of stone. Okay. You're pretty sure that there are two animated armors on the other side of this door, and a strong necrotic energy is on the other side of this door.
Guys, behind this door, I'm getting 2 armors and something much, much worse.
Okay.
Sounds. Hmm.
You have a let's see, Banthor. Roll insight. He has a high insight, so we're good.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Empty.
Thank you.
And would I be able to guidance with this one or no?
Sure.
I can give you guidance. Oh wait, you got guidance. I forget.
So 13 total.
Okay. The strength of whatever necrotic energy that is coming from here surpasses the group's strength, you feel.
I'm not sure if we can handle this one, guys.
Okay.
Boss fight we're not ready for.
Alright. Do you want to go down the other hallway, kill a few things, maybe collect up some stuff? Or
Yeah, let's hold off. If it's not coming out towards us, let's not push it.
Killing that apparition seemed to relieve some of the ick. Maybe we can chip away at this thing.
Exactly. As long as it's not coming towards us, let's not provoke it yet. So we'll back away from this door and head the other way.
Good. Who's going to take the lead real quick? We'll examine. We'll get a glimpse of what? Oh, okay. Are y'all headed out, or?
Well, we're just gonna go to the northern.
Okay. So basically, you could tell that that door is probably this hallway wraps around to that other door that you were looking at there, Kellum. So this room here, Necra, you can see this room has a bunch of altars that have been set up around, and on these altars are golden goblets.
Alright.
Magic?
Banthor moving forward looks down the corridor, and you can tell that the
forward.
What's that?
I'm not moving forward yet. There's that strong presence there. I'm sticking closer to Ashura until she moves forward. And
Gotcha. Ashura, Banthor kind of looks at you like, "Come on, I'm not going to leave you behind."
She's moving. Yeah, she's moving too.
Okay.
And it was okay.
Gotcha. Banthor, as you look into the room and look at the altars, you can see that there's been a war of magic here, and these altars were originally set up for necrotic evil intent, but all but one of them have been converted into a radiant energy. The one farthest from you at the far end, far east, still holds necrotic energy, and does not have a golden goblet on it.
Ooh. I have an idea, but we have reached our time.
Cliffhanger. Yeah, I wanted to at least get to either this room or the next one. So, all right, cool. So with a golden goblet in hand, you see 7 altars, 6 of which have golden goblets on them. The ones with the golden goblets have been converted into radiant energy, while the 7th still has its necrotic original purpose. Banthor, as you step into the room, I'll give you a little bit more information before we leave. You can tell that the goblets also have different energy inside of them. Each of them with a different energy source. You can't help yourself, and you peer into the goblet itself and see a small yellow stone in the one to the north. It radiates a radiant energy in itself, the stone. It seems to be affixed inside of the goblet, as if it was melded or melted into it, inside, where you would pour liquid. Moving on to the next one, you would notice something very similar. You'd see a green stone that has nature magic. I don't know what you wouldn't call that, but kind of more druidic magic and such. Going around, you see that this one, though the stone is black and gives off a necrotic energy, you don't feel that it is of evil intent. It is just the power of necrotic energy. And then, go ahead.
Okay. Still over time, so.
Okay. Let's look at a schedule real quick. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us and enjoying the game. We are going to meet back up. Let's see, today is the 28th. So the 11th.
11th, yep.
Yep, 11th looks good for me.
I will also have a very strict timeline on the 11th since my parents will be here.
Oh, okay. Will do. Definitely understand.
All right.
Alrighty. Sunday, DND, save. Alright, that's on the schedule. Alrighty. Like I said, I appreciate everybody coming and enjoying the game. We'll meet up on the 11th. Any questions, concerns, or gripes?
No? Good game?
No.
Alrighty.
Fine.
Thank you. Thanks for destroying the poltergeist. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Well,